Go ahead, it'll be a minute. 1 minute, honestly.
She loves you very much.
I want to make this clear because I never want to speak to you again. Do not talk to my wife. Do not so much as look at my daughter. I will never forgive you, much less tolerate you. Stay away from my family, or I swear to God, I'm going to kill you.
Three, two, one.
Hey, my Young and the Restless fans, welcome back to the channel, and grab your coffee or maybe something stronger because we got missing persons, meddling mothers, and Billy Abbott doing what he does best, being utterly confused by all of the women around him at this point. And there's also a threat on the table. So, you know what? I'm going to give you a few highlights and then we'll dive right on in. First, we see Sally has her little Paris proposal. Nick and Faith anxiety spiral. We also see the situation with Phyllis, the queen of I'm totally over it. And then Mariah has a showdown with Ian Ward. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack this Tuesday episode for January 7th. So we have Billy and Phyllis as they stroll into society, and Phyllis is unusually still. Now, when Phyllis isn't flailing her arms or plotting revenge, you know something might be brewing. However, she claims that she's letting go of her Sharon rage. Sure, Phyllis, and I'm letting go of carbs. Anyway, Billy, ever the skeptic, suddenly accuses her of mentally gearing up for her next explosion, and she assures him, look, it's all about inner peace now. But then she casually suggests that they team up to take down the Newmans with one condition, and of course, cue Billy's eyebrow raise. Meanwhile, Summer arrives with news that Sharon's missing. Now, Phyllis just brushed it off. Oh, she'll just come back for a pity party. Yeah, she's savage about that. Now, even Billy begins to suspect her timing, asking, Phyllis, do you know what happened to Sharon? Now, Phyllis looks absolutely offended, but let's be real, she does have a Phyllis-like motive. Elsewhere across the room, Sally announces her plans to jet off to Paris and invites Billy to tag along because nothing screams romance like running away from your Victor vendetta. Now, Billy's all in, but Sally's worried that he'll get hurt if he stick around and he keeps poking that Victor bear. Now, Billy reassures her that revenge can wait. Paris is first, plotting later. Back at the table with Phyllis and Summer, Summer is absolutely worried about her sister, and then Phyllis got the nerve to say, your half-sister. Really, Phyllis? And she's worried about her dad because they are worried about Sharon being missing. However, she does not care. She thinks Sharon is just somewhere, just hanging out, ready to come back, and everybody's going to be like, oh my God, I missed you. Yeah, she is definitely not letting off. Then Phyllis is telling Billy about the fact that he's canoodling with Sally, and he's pretty much like, yeah, but that's none of your business. I'm not going to talk to you about that. She was like, well, let's talk about this plan. And it looks like he's a little hesitant because he thinks when he's working a plan, it's a good thing, but when she's working a plan, it's a crazy thing. I think both of you are crazy. Now, over at Sharon's, Nick and Faith are in full panic mode. Neither of them slept. Faith is spiraling over worst case scenarios, and she's pretty much right. Ian Ward is back in town, and Faith convinced that he's somehow involved. Now, Nick tries his best to calm her down, but Faith ain't buying the everything is fine dad routine. Victor, meanwhile, is busy at the ranch sipping coffee and delivering ominous promises to Nikki about how Ian won't hurt the family, because when has Victor ever underestimated an enemy, right? Yeah, spoiler alert many times. Just as when everybody's nerves is framed because Nick is now there, Nick is getting a call that Sharon's car has been found in the river near, you guessed it, the same bridge where Heather was dumped. Subtly, name is not Genoa City. And finally, as things couldn't get even tenser, Mariah and Tessa has a terrifying run-in with Ian at the park. Ian pulls his usual, "I'm so sorry for all of the trauma I've caused" shtick. Now, Mariah, however, is not in the mood for any redemption arc. She goes full mama bear and wife mode, putting herself between Ian and her family. And when Ian tries to lays the forgiveness heals card after baiting her about her and Tessa's relationship, she practically spits venom, telling him that she will unalive him if he ever comes near her family again. And honestly, I believe her. Okay, so there you have it. Today's episode was a masterclass in tension. Now, Phyllis claims she's moved on. Yeah, she hasn't. And Nick tries to play mediator while spiraling himself. And Ian Ward continues to gaslight and trigger everybody in his path, including the threat he received from Mariah for triggering her about her relationship with Tessa. Meanwhile, Sharon remains MIA, and the Newman Ward web of chaos get even tighter. Will Phyllis actually let Sharon go in her mind? Will Mariah make good on her threats? And what fresh hell will tomorrow bring? Stay tuned, my soapies, because this soap isn't slowing down anytime soon.